Hi, my name is Joe Howard, and I'd like to thank you for coming to this event tonight. I'm sorry that I couldn't be there, but I would like to give you just a short synopsis of why I believe in brainwave optimization. For me, my story started with some early childhood times and experiences that really put a subconscious and irrational thought pattern and behavior pattern, which later progressed throughout my life in high school and the military, and really led me to handle situations poorly. It put me on a continuous cycle of of moving from crisis to crisis, of either needing that crisis or creating that crisis for me to handle. What I eventually sought out was counseling through the VA. I saw one counselor for about 4 to 5 years. Constantly each visit, I would relive significant emotional times in my life. I would try to discuss them and understand them, and then try to figure out ways to cope and make them different. But what I found is within that cycle, it was always easier to resort back to what I knew, what I've always done. Thus, the cycle would repeat itself. So, I also received medication to help cope with depression and cope with anxiety and some post-traumatic stress issues, not only from my childhood but my deployment to Iraq. And they all worked for a short period of time. They were effective, but they really just kind of put a band-aid on what the bigger problem was. And for me, that bigger problem was how to cope and then live without seeking out these crises, without needing chaos in my life to feel normal, to feel comfortable. And what I can tell you is, if you have been in a situation where something traumatic happened to you, it's not the end of the world. There is a way to come back from it. And if you've tried counseling, if you've been on any kind of medication, and you found your results to be temporary, I would ask you to give Brainwave a chance. I would ask you to look at the methods of treatment. I would ask you to research the stories, and I would ask you to give it a chance. You already know what it feels like to do what you've always done. Thinking and trying something new would offer you a way to break free of your own personal cycle. And it's for those reasons that I would highly recommend Brainwave to anyone that suffered trauma, anyone that's developed some type of behavior that is detrimental to their life and their mental well-being, along with friendships and relationships. If you have found yourself being quick to anger or a significant change in how you handle stress, by all means, this is the program for you to check out. This would be a way for you to break that cycle, like I mentioned before. So I hope that Heather can provide more insight as she talks to you after my short spiel here, and also Patty's always been willing to help and provide that oversight and guidance to some of the questions that you may have. And I'm always open to questions also. So without further time wasted, Heather, it's up to you.